Okay, good morning, Year 11. I'm very excited today. We've got our next episode of Careers in Style. And today our guest is Hayley Darroch, who's the owner of the HD Salon and Academy. So she's especially interested if you're thinking of studying a course in health, beauty and hairdressing and that kind of thing. So, hi Hayley.
Hi Jennifer.
Hi. As initial sort of thing, can you just talk to the children, the guys at school, a little bit about how you got into beauty, what you did at school, what you did in college afterwards, and how that came about?
Yeah, of course, not a problem. So when I was at school, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. I went through my school years, careers events, just looking at everything, baffled, thinking I haven't got a clue what I want to do at college or what I wanted to do as a job or a career. I was quite academic at school. I did quite well on my exams and on my GCSEs, so I was almost advised to go into a more academic route. I was never offered the hair and beauty, and I think at the time, and certainly now to a little extent, it sort of holds a stigma where you don't need to be very bright or you don't need to have your qualifications to go into that industry, when in actual fact it's really important that you do have other skills alongside it. So when I went from my GCSEs, I went into my A-levels and I did law, English literature, IT and media studies. So a little bit of a mixture there again. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I just picked these A-levels just because that's what you did when you left school. So went on through my A-levels and then thought I need to decide at the end of this what I do with these and what job I want to go into. Again, didn't want to go into law. I did the A-level, but I didn't particularly enjoy it. So I thought I'll go into teaching. So I then applied at university, got a place at Manchester to do a degree to go into teaching. And then at the very last minute, I thought this is really not what I want to do. So I deferred my place for 12 months just to have a little think about what I actually wanted to do. So I walked around my local town with my CV and went into all sorts of different businesses, handing my CV out, just hoping that I'd get a job. And I got a job at Barclays Bank. So I was working in there, and then I was about 19 and I saw an advert for an evening course at Night College to do acrylic nails. And I thought, do you know what? I feel like I could do that. I was quite good at art at school, and I was always into sort of beauty and different things like that. So I thought I'll go on and I'll do this night course and just see how it goes on. Did the 10-week course and absolutely fell in love and thought, this is me, this is what I want to do. And I just wish that I'd have had the opportunity to do it a few years before. But started at 19, and then after my course I went on and did mobile for a little while, but I kind of struggled at mobile because you're on your own, it's very lonely, and you only develop your skills that you've got from your 10-week course at college, and then you can't really learn anything else from other nail techs or other people in the salon because you just haven't got them at the side of you. So after a couple of years of just practicing on sort of family and friends, I got a job renting a desk in a salon, and absolutely loved it. It was just the best thing ever. I did it alongside the bank so that I could build the business up, because I didn't want to give up a full-time job with full-time earnings and just jump straight into something that was so unknown. So I stayed at the bank and just started working at the salon on a Saturday and in the evenings just to see if it would work. So I was there for 5 years, and then slowly but surely I started dropping days at the bank and adding days at the salon. And it turned out that I actually earned more money doing the nails than I did working in the bank. So when I then went on to have my children, it was just a natural progression to then just stay in the nail and beauty industry. It's such a flexible job to have. You can sort of work around whatever hours you want to do, whether you want to do days, evenings, weekends, part-time, full-time. So I thought I'll just stick with that, see how it goes after having children. And it went really well. So then I moved from that salon to another salon, again, just renting a desk, and stayed there for about 4 years. And then the lady who owned the salon was getting rid of it. She was retiring and moving away. So she just said to me one day, do you want to take it over? And at first I was a bit like, oh my God, it's like way too much for me to go from just renting a desk to taking on a salon. But I am a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So I thought I'll just go for it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least I can say I've tried it and I've done my best. So I took over the salon 2.5 years ago. There was myself and a hairdresser and a makeup artist. So there was 3 of us to start off with. Then I took on another 2 nail girls, and now there's 14 of us actually working in the salon. And it's amazing. We've got a full hair side, full beauty. We offer every treatment that you can possibly think of. And then it was about 4 years ago, I'd done a few additional courses, a few like accredited courses, just one day here or a couple of days there. But the level of training that I got from them courses, I didn't feel was sufficient enough. So I'd go on a course, pay my money, do the training on the day, and come away with this lovely certificate that says that I'm now qualified in that treatment. But I wouldn't have done it on anybody because I didn't feel confident. I felt like I didn't know enough. I didn't have enough practice on that day to feel like I was qualified, even though I had the certificate there.
Wait, sorry, can I just ask you, so when you did do those one-day courses, did you get a chance to practice, or did you just do the course and then?
So with the courses that I did, we did sort of like a theory element and then a really, really small practical element. So we just showed basically that she showed us what to do and then we replicated it just on one person. But I didn't feel like the quality of the training that I'd got was good enough for me to then go on and do the job. So I came home, did a lot of research, did a lot of self-teaching, watching YouTube videos, speaking to other girls I knew in the industry to ask advice on what they think I should be doing. And then I felt like I could go on and perform the treatment. So I thought what I wanted to do was to set up a training side alongside my salon and give excellent quality training and make sure that people who come to me have always got somebody to come back to. So if you do the training course, I will only qualify people who can do the treatment and also feel confident in doing the treatment. And then after that,
what type of courses do you offer?
So we offer 12 different courses at the minute, and we're constantly adding and expanding our course list. So at the minute we offer nail courses, so we do acrylic nails, gel nails, e-file with the electric drill. Then we do like your lashes, so we do semi-permanent lashes, lash lift and tint, which is on natural lashes. We do brow bar services, we do waxing, spray tanning, we do all sorts really, like a really wide.
If there were pupils at our school who are interested in perhaps going in, or maybe even they could be doing the health and beauty courses at one of the local colleges, or they could be doing their A-levels or another type of, because they're not really sure, like you said, what they wanted to do. So they could actually do that as a supplement alongside
yeah, my courses are accredited through a company called the Association of Beauty Therapy, so it's ABT, and it is a recognised qualification within the industry. So once you've done the course, you can get either employment, self-employment, you can get insurance to do the treatments. So it is like gaining a qualification, but it is just in a shorter period of time. So some of the courses are a day course, some are 2 days, and some are run over a certain amount of weeks, depending on the complexity of what it is you're training in. But yeah, it's absolutely a brilliant idea to do just a one-day course, because then you're not committing to something that's either a full school year or it's like a 3-year training program that you're signing up to, not knowing whether it is something that you're going to enjoy or not. Or you might want to do the academic side of things so that you've got your accounting skills when you need to do your books every week, or you've got your marketing skills to really promote your business and get it out there. You've got the customer service side of it for when you're talking to your clients and dealing with any complaints or anything that might come your way. You've got like stock management, you've got looking at like your profit and losses. You need to know your percentage of your profit per treatment and things like that. So if you wanted to go down the academic route, it's not necessarily wasted, because it will just complement then the courses that you do actually in the industry. So yeah, if you want to do like a day course whilst you're doing an academic subject, eventually, like myself, they will all just come together, and then you'll have all of the skills that you need to be equipped to go out into the industry.
I think that's what's really interesting about your story is as things have happened, you obviously started off in a certain area, then you've gone on and you've just kind of done what you loved and enjoyed doing things that you enjoyed, and then that's led on to other type of business opportunities, which obviously for you it was great then having your background and your GCSEs and things to advise you how to run a business as well. So it's always important to concentrate on what you are learning in school, even if you think that I want to definitely go, I know 100% I want to do beauty, so I'm going to go to college and study that. But it's important that you've still got that background, isn't it? That you know you do need to know how to run your business, how to speak to people. And with being in the beauty industry, there is a lot of soft skill of people by people, don't they? So they come to you because they enjoy the experience of coming to your salon. So what does a typical day look like for you?
So I've got 3 typical days. So I've got in the salon, I've got at home doing my admin, and I've got a teaching day. So in the salon day, my days are typically 12-hour days. It's sort of really, really fast paced and really, really busy, but that's just how I manage my time. I prefer to be back to back with clients. Like I say, it is quite a flexible job, so if you wanted to do a few clients in a day and spread it out and have a slower paced job, then you can do.
So make more money than more people.
Absolutely, and the thing is, if you don't want to go into self-employment and you haven't got the academic background behind you, that's absolutely fine. You can get a job in the beauty industry, but it is a minimum wage job. Now, to make the most of the job in the industry, it is better to go self-employed, because you're in control of your profits and your earnings then. So that's why it's good to have both, because you're in control of
long-term goal.
Yes.
The long-term goal, you should be thinking, right now at 16, probably not going to go and set up your own company.
Yes.
But from there on, as a long-term, I want to, that's where you're aiming for.
That's like your end goal,
So how do you get
in a salon?
Sorry. When you start in the salon, do you have to get things set up and?
Yeah, so I arrive probably about half an hour before I know my clients are going to be there. I just have a little look at the diary to see what I've got in that day, who I've got in, what treatments, and then I set my stations up. So whether it's nail treatments or beauty treatments, I don't actually do the hair side, even though it's in the salon, so I'm not really involved in that much. So I'll set up my nail desk and maybe the beauty room. Then like I say, have a look at the day ahead and just see what I'm going to be doing. Then I wait for my first client, obviously invite them into the salon, and then get going with my work. Now, the good thing about the job is because it's a 12-hour day, you think that is such a long day, and you feel like you're going to be there for ages, but you're not. Your treatments are generally in about an hour slot. So if you're doing nails, or if you're doing like a load of waxing or something like that, you're only really looking at the clock every hour, because you're just making sure you're on time for your next client that walks through the door. So then by the time you've looked at the clock sort of like 12 times, your day's over then. You're not clock watching constantly to say, is my shift nearly finished? Or...
And you have to be really organised then, because you obviously can't let people down that they're...
No.
So one of the girls has asked us to ask you, what do you like best about your job? What's your favourite thing?
So I think, following on from what I've just said, the best thing about my job is it really doesn't feel like a job. So I love doing what I do. I love the girls that I work with. I love my clients. I've been doing it now for 14 years, and I've done some of them clients for that length of time, so I've got best friends out of it. I've just got like such a good vibe about the industry, because it really, really doesn't feel like a job when you're doing it.
And I suppose it's very nice, isn't it, as well? You get a lot of sort of, what's it called, like fulfillment from it, because the people who are in there, they walk out and they're happy with what they've got, you know, what service they've had, and you go in with your nails and they're not nice to come out and they're all glam and somebody compliments you on them, and it's a nice feeling industry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really rewarding. Yeah, definitely. And it's really nice following your clients' journeys as well. So you might start doing somebody's nails when they're 18 maybe, and then you see them get a boyfriend, and then you see them move into the house and maybe get married and have children, and it's just lovely being on that journey with a client and following them through it, and then they sort of follow your journey as well. And it is just lovely when you get that bond with your clients.
Excellent. So we've talked about how you can kind of, how you can start out small, what different things you can do, and how your business can then develop. What kind of earning potentials would you have within the industry?
Like I said, your earning potential is entirely up to you. It's down to you how much you want to earn, and it does depend on which sort of qualifications you gain within the industry. So if you just stick to sort of your nail services, you're looking at around about £30 for a set of nails. Now, your profit on a set of nails, you're looking at about £25 once you've taken your products out of it. So if you imagine doing that every hour, you're then earning £25 an hour, and that's profit because you've taken your cost of your products and things out of that. But you could also then go on to things like microblading, where you can charge £200 for one treatment and it takes you an hour to do. Or you can add on additional services. So if you wanted to add on, say, eyebrow waxing as one of your qualifications, for every set of nails you do, generally if people have the nails done, they tend to have an eyebrow wax as well. So then you're adding a further £5 or £10, depending if they're having a tint as well. But it's only actually taking you 10 or 15 minutes to do that treatment. So then you could be earning £40, £45 per hour, 15 hour and a half. So it's entirely up to you really how much money you want to earn. You can either start off small and you can just grow your treatment base. So you can add every single treatment that's out there. You're always going to be busy, and you've got a massive earning potential because you've got so many treatments you can offer to so many different clients.
Yeah, and then obviously once you own your own salon, you're employing people, they're making money for you.
Yeah, so then you've got your wages to pay out, but you've also got your money coming in if you employ people, or if you decide to take on a salon and don't want to go down the employment route, you can just rent your space out to other people. So you can add another nail desk and charge £25 a day to someone to rent that desk. So then they're contributing to your overheads then as well. So yeah, the sky's your limit with it really. Basically, it's entirely up to you how many hours you want to do, how many days you want to work, and what treatments you want to offer, and you can
so just as a last thing then, what would you advise if I was 16 now thinking I'm interested, I really do think I'm interested to go into this industry, what advice would you give?
My main advice that I give to everybody who speaks to me about either getting into the industry or when they start my courses is keep your standards high. So never drop your standards, and that's your standards for yourself. So how you look, how you present yourself, because you represent your business. Yeah. With your training, keep your standards high. Don't go for the cheapest courses. Don't go for the quickest courses or the ones that are suddenly 80% off, because you can do your training online without having that face-to-face contact. Because at the end of it, you will get a qualification, but you won't feel like you're equipped to do the job. And then keep your standards high with your clients and your pricing for your clients. You don't want to strive to be the cheapest out there. You want to strive to be the best. everybody thinks I will undercut everybody else, but just because you're the cheapest doesn't mean you're the best. And people respect you when you charge that little bit more, but you offer a full, complete service, and they will always come back to you if they feel like you're the best out there in the industry. So yeah, just keep your standards high for your training, yourself and your clients, and you'll do great.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much then, Hayley. Thanks for talking to us. I hope it's been helpful.
No problem.
What I'll do is I'll pop a link as well, so if anyone's interested, we can have a look at your website and see some of the things that you do. And we'll keep in touch. Thank you. If I've got any questions then as well that anybody asks, I can always forward them on to you as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, fabulous. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Not a problem.
Bye.